Now, UFC 306. I should have put a picture up here, but we're talking about the Sphere. This is going to be, as Dana White said, the greatest live sporting event in history. Not combat sports, not basketball, not football, not baseball, any sport ever. This is going to be the greatest one, the Sphere. He said he's already put 16 million into this thing. It's a one-off. We're never going to see it again. And I believe it because you see videos of how concerts look in the Sphere. It's insane. So I'm guessing the Octagon's gonna be. Actually, we'll talk about this closer to it. I'll put pictures in here and shit to explain what I'm saying right now. But basically, this is just gonna be an insane ass card. And based off of what we know at the moment, obviously things can change. This is a sport; things change every day. But we're gonna build our UFC 306 ideal card. And in the main event, obviously Suga versus Merab is the rumored main event. We've also got Max versus Ilia Topuria. If you had to choose, which one would you choose to main event the Sphere between those two?
I knew that question was coming. Has to be Max and Ilya. You got to go the heavier. You got to go the heavier weight. You got to go the more historic weight class. Max is a legend. Ilya's on the come up. It's got to be that.
I was gonna say we're the biggest Suga fan. Like some would probably say we're Suga dick riders, but I would say Max and Topuria as well because both sides of that fight are ridiculous. Suga's carrying Suga versus Merab. In terms of like the fight itself, yes, Merab's entertaining outside the cage. He's cool in press conferences. It'll be funny in the countdowns and embedded. But the fight fans, you tell me you're getting Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria. That's a little bit. It's a little bit more enticing than Suga versus Merab because Suga versus Merab. It's interesting. It's going to be striker versus grappler. It's going to be can Suga stay on the feet and piece Merab up, or can Merab get him down? But Max and Ilia, that's just ridiculous. You've got the best boxer in the UFC versus the fucking next generation best boxer in the UFC.
Yeah, so, I agree.
So for ideal UFC 306 main card, it hurts to say, but we'll throw Max and Ilia as the main card. I'll make a graphic of this and I'll post it on our socials. I was gonna do it before we got on here, but we hadn't gotten all the details out yet. But we'll go Max Ilia main card. We did hear reports that they might be in Salt Lake City. Max Holloway, Ilia Topuria in the October card. We've gotten bet on a head kick knockout because the last two Salt Lake City cards, it was Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier. So I don't know if the Mormons got some dirt on the UFC or something, but they've been getting some really good fights.
Yeah.
So realistically, it'll be Suga versus Merab headlining UFC 306, but the outside the cage perfect card, we've got Max and Ilia on there. And for the co-main, it's not really our choice. Kind of got predetermined. Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. I'm not mad at it. I think it's one of the...
If it's the third fight, it's really good.
Has to be. Is this the best girl fight you can make, though, right now?
Is Amanda Nunes coming back?
Ooh, Amanda versus Kayla. That's the one, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's one more fight for Kayla?
Yeah. One more fight for Kayla. One more fight for Amanda.
You know the move? Get Kayla on a big pay-per-view, maybe like third or fourth fight. She wins. Have Amanda in the crowd. Kayla calls out Amanda.
Call her out.
Maybe Amanda comes in the octagon like Suga and Aljo did, and then get that fight set up. That's the biggest women's fight in the last, probably since like Ronda versus whoever she fought, whichever the last one was the biggest for her.
Yeah.
So main event, Max versus Ilia, co-main, Valentina versus Grasso. Unfortunately, who you got as a winner for that? Valentina versus Grasso. I believe Grasso has one win and there's one draw in the series. So kind of a weird one.
I'll go Valentina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
I don't know.
going against
Mexican
your
Independence
kind?
Day. Yeah. Mexican Independence Day in the Sphere. I don't know, but I think Valentina.
I don't think age matters as much for the woman because they're
Yeah.
not knocking each other out anyway. And then third fight, big one, like you said, matters a lot. I got 3 options written down. Obviously, these aren't the only 3. Injuries could play a part. So for the first one, I had Colby Covington versus Gilbert Burns, and I'm gonna read them all off before you give me your choice. For the second one, I had Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Jack Della Maddalena. And I believe this is the one to make, but we don't know if Jack's healthy yet. I didn't look at his timetable. I know he had surgery for the broken arm at UFC 299, but I would hope he could get back. And then for the third option, we had Money Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. So Colby versus Gilbert, Shavkat versus JDM, or Moicano versus Beneil. Which one you got?
I'm gonna go Shavkat and JDM because I think it has higher stakes than all those 3 fights listed.
Those are like two potential future champs right there.
Yeah.
When you name that fight.
Can we get Yasmin Howergy on that card, please?
Hello. I bet you she's on the pre's or early pre's. I bet you she's on. No, she's got it, dude. Mexico loves her. She won at UFC Mexico. So
yeah.
I think her getting knocked out though, it changed up her fighting style. She might win more fights because of it, but she's not going to be.
Are they going to have a Mexican Independence card without Brandon Moreno on there?
He's on a hiatus. That's what they say. But I've been hearing Brandon Moreno versus Henry Cejudo could be a possibility.
We gotta have Moreno or Yair on the card, I think.
Yeah. Because they're like the 2 that have brought Mexican MMA into this next era.
That shit was electric in there for those 2 in Vegas.
International. I forgot, bro. I remember Yair's walkout was especially cold. Yeah. I don't know what song it was, just like. Yeah. Oh, but
yeah, we need to find something from Moreno or Yair on that card.
Yeah, I know you had a little suggestion for Yair. That could be the third fight.
Yeah.
Yair. So if Diego Lopes gets out of this fight with minimal damage, which he could, because Ortega, he's shown to get whooped in the first round. But yeah, I could see Diego Lopes beating Ortega quick and Ortega versus Yair. And then the fourth fight, you spit this one out. Dominic Reyes on the card, road to the top. And then I threw out a little Carlos Ulberg. Since he's off of UFC 303, that was the original fight way back in the day for a fight night, like either late last year or early this year. So why not match them up? They both already agreed to fight each other. Why not in the Sphere? Who says no?
Not me.
And then Raul Rosas has got to open the card. I don't know against who. It's tough. It's tough with Raul because we can't give him.
As much as I hate to say it, just like give him whoever, and just like as long as I'm a wrestler, and just let him win.
Because I'm not gonna say he's not relevant for another like 2-3 years, but we know he's not gonna make his title push for another 2-3 years at bantamweight. There's just too many big dogs in that yard right now.
Just give him someone who doesn't know how to wrestle and just let him celebrate and win on Mexican Independence Day.
Come on. All right. So for the main card, got Max versus Ilya headlining, Valentina versus Alexa Grasso co-main, Jack Della Maddalena versus Shavkat Rakhmonov for the third fight. Fourth fight, Dominic Reyes versus Carlos Ulberg. And then we'll go Raul Rosas Jr. versus Brad Katona. Or I guess Brad knows how to wrestle. Brad would be a tough test, but anyway. Yeah. And then I'm not gonna lie,
They'll probably be the Ultimate Fighter title fights on there too.
Oh, I like